Could you describe your role and interactions with the Spitfire Studios and Friends of Spitfire?
I've been friends with Henry for a little while now. I came to work at the studio last year for the very first time and felt I was really spoilt when I came here. Everything was here that I needed, and as a makeup artist that's very rare when you go to a studio. After that shoot I kept in touch with Henry and we started discussing about there being a makeup artist that might be available for the photographers to work for at the studio, to be able to make myself available to create different shoots, to be able to help the photographers during their shoots as well, also with styling and things like that. So we had a couple of open evenings that I've attended in the last few months, and I've had a few shoots with quite a few photographers here now. I absolutely love working here, so it's really nice to be part of it. I always make sure that Spitfire becomes my priority over other shoots. If I've got anybody from Spitfire who contacts me directly, I like to think that they take priority in my diary and that I can make myself accessible for them to use.
How long have you been interested in makeup art and photography?
I've always loved art ever since I was a girl, which was a long time ago. I loved art at school. Photography is something that I've always admired. I love all different forms of imagery. I especially love black and white photographs that are taken well and lit well. Makeup I've always had an interest since my early 20s, I think. I was into catering right up until in my 30s, and I took a change of career in my late 30s, and that's when I went and did my beauty therapy and I got my MVQ level 2, and I went and did all my nail qualifications, and it just didn't feel quite enough, the beauty side of things. I really wanted to develop myself and my skills with makeup, and I worked with a makeup artist called Louise Young, and she'd worked on Gladiator and quite a few big films. She said I had an eye for makeup and that I thought of following it as a career, and I said to her I thought I was too old, and that at my age that I'd be too old to be going in with all the youngsters and doing makeup. And she said it's quite different, that they appreciate the older makeup artists, more reliable and things like that. So I went and did my HND at Swindon College. I got distinctions for every single assessment I did for the whole 2 years. I absolutely loved every single minute of it. I enjoyed every single assessment, and ever since, so in the last 3 years I've been doing lots of TFPs so I can develop my portfolio. So I've got a wide range of stuff that I can offer people. But I can also make wigs, I do costumes, props, stuff like that. So it isn't just makeup that I do, I also do special effects and I make prosthetics as well. So I work on film, television, as well as working on shoots and in studios.
Is there a website or page online that people can view your work?
Yeah, I've got a website that I've had up and running for about 3 months now, and that's www.pinkladymakeupartistry.co.uk. That's got like 7 pages on it. It shows all my different kinds of work. It shows my fantasy characters, it shows my high fashion stuff, it shows the normal studio stuff that I do, because I can just do normal beauty makeup as well. So it isn't all about doing fantasy stuff and wild creations and bright colours. There's a lot of natural stuff in there as well, so it shows the broad spectrum of work that I can do. It also shows all the work I've done with prosthetics, and also all the props and the costumes and everything else that I've designed. It can also be found on Facebook. My main page is under Alley Stallard, and my makeup page is Pink Lady Makeup Artistry, so that can be linked from my Alley Stallard page. I'm also on Instagram under Pink Lady Makeup Artistry, and the same for Twitter.
In a generic photo shoot, how much direction are you given? Do you offer your own ideas?
I tend to offer my ideas. It depends on the photographer and really what they want out of me. I do anything from the complete design process from start to finish. If they give me their ideas, quite often we create a mood board together, sometimes on Pinterest. We create mood boards, they send me ideas of what they want. Sometimes I have specific specifications of things that they want. They definitely want a certain style makeup, so obviously I don't try to change things. I adapt slightly because I don't believe in copying somebody's work. I always believe in maybe making it similar but putting my twist on it. Quite a lot of photographers now, because they see the style of stuff that I work at, they will say that this is a character they want to create and they want to develop. So I'll go off, I'll do all my research, I'll create makeup plans, do like mood boards and like a mini projects, and then have meetings with the photographers then we sit there and we talk about everything that I've created. What are they happy with? What would they like to change? This can go on a process. It can last a couple of weeks or it can last a couple of hours. It depends which way the photographer wants to go with it. Because I can create costumes and wigs and everything else and the props for the shoot. Normally quite a lot of photographers turn around and ask me to do the whole thing in the end. So I do all the makeup plans, all the makeup designs, props, costumes, wigs, and then all they've got to do on the day is come to the studio, bring the model along. If I can always sort out models for photographers as well, and then I create the character, and so far everything's always gone really well.
Do you have any role models within your area of expertise?
Yeah, the role model that I would love to be like is a lady called Alex Box, and she was a fine artist, so I'd never be in her league. She'd done her degree in fine arts at London. She was an absolutely amazing artist, but she just decided one day that canvas wasn't for her anymore. She had an admiration for art nude, and she loved the human body, and that's when she started experimenting, recreating her art onto the human body. She was like me, she left it till quite late on in life before she started doing makeup, so she wasn't quite as old as me, but she was in her early 30s. Her work just develops and it's absolutely amazing. It's literally like a work of art. It's something different than from makeup. She's absolutely, all her work is total perfection. If anyone ever wants to research her work, they just put Alex Box in on Google. You can see how extremely bright and beautiful her work is, and that's something that will stay with me forever. I would always, everybody I think would love to be Alex Box. And also the makeup artist Louise Young, who was the one that told me I had an eye for makeup and told me to go and take it further. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sat here today having this conversation with you. I'd have gone on carrying on doing beauty therapy, and I wouldn't be as happy as I am now, because makeup's my life. There is nothing that I'm happier doing when I'm at work. So yeah, so my two role models would be Louise Young and Alex Box.